Hello, my people. You need to understand abundance is within yourself, it's a state of mind. All the riches of the world, you'll see the peak of this world, Hollywood, Hollyweird, got exposed. You know, yes, I'm talking about Diddy, the Diddy thing, and this is the role models all you guys have followed. Man, I also liked Snoop Dogg. I liked their rapper gigs. He made one song with Diddy, and this just spoils the whole soup, right? But this is just the peak of the iceberg. You know, Jay Z, they all going down dirty. But this video is not about this topic. I'm just telling you that we can just let this go for good. Don't be envious on the people who are envious on us. This is why rich people envy the chosen people, the authentic people, the people who still connected to source, to the struggle. And when the whole system goes down, when shit hits the fan, suddenly they all want our qualities. Can you run 20 miles? Can you carry a person through the forest? Can you build a shelter? I don't know. Can you provide security, hope in times of danger? Can you be a chief in times of danger? Don't freeze. Time to be a G. That's what Tupac said. Guess why the whole Diddy Mafia did not like Tupac? Cause he a real man. He the real thing, you know what I'm saying, man? It's not about this topic, alright. Now, bro, sister, abundance is within yourself, it's your ability. Alright, it's just what you see right here. It's your body, your soul. This is the whole thing. When I engage someone, when I'm talking to someone, okay, what I bring to the table is me. It's not my money, it's not my car, it's not my house. It's me. I represent what I am. That's it. No. This is the abundance of life. It's within yourself. It's feeling thankful for everything that you got, for the protection, for the blessings, for the love. Love coming from inside yourself. From the ability to speak truth, to confront people. The ability to grow, the ability to trust, to have faith, the ability to not care anymore for anything else than that. Yes, the abundance is here. There's so much negativity around us, there's so much fear mongering around us. They try to distract us from the core identity. 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 I gotta Google this etymology, but it feels like density. It feels like density. I don't know. Dent. It could be teeth, and teeth. The tooth is the hardest part of the body. Look at this animal. See what it can do with the teeth? It can fucking charge at a ram and jump off a cliff and hold on to that ram. That's the ability. The snow leopard, it does not stand for anything but itself. Its ability to survive, to occupy this niche in nature. There's no explanation needed. It's just representing itself. And it is not excited in showing itself to everybody. It's just doing its thing. It's just the king of the land. They're just the king of the mountains. It's just elusive creature. Did you know they are related to tigers, not to leopards? Anyway. Yeah, you need that rude boy awakening. Rude girl awakening, you need this. Because you need to stand up for yourself, okay? Understand the abundance that's here. You don't have to chase for anything. Look how ashamed the whole Hollywood is now. It's a fake, it's all fake. The pictures we see when we turn on the video, the TV, hey, looking in the magazines, these are projected fake images, okay? So, let me tell you about a story. The story of the nymph Echo and Narcissus. These are two protagonists, two archetypes, two mythological creatures. And they are used to describe narcissism in a way without touching into psychological terms. Now, see, in this story, the nymph Echo fell in love with the most beautiful guy called Narcissus. He was hunting and she was in the forest, and she was like very eloquent, being all about talk, okay? And she observed him and fell in love with him, but she offended a higher ranking goddess, and this goddess cursed her because she always wanted to have the last word. Do you know a person that always has to have the last word? Desperately. And therefore, she was cursed that she cannot make sentences herself anymore. So she can only finish the sentence of another person. And then when she fell in love with this guy, she could not speak. She could not talk to him. And then he asked, "Is there anyone? Anyone? So she can only repeat like an echo what somebody else says, or, she can't make sentences on her own. And I recommend to you that you watch a video or read this story about these characters. And Narcissus then also, he's the most beautiful guy, and he rejects every woman. And as a result of this, he also gets cursed, so he experiences this fate of being rejected as well. The whole story ends with Narcissus falling in love with himself when seeing the picture of his mirror. And so both the nymph and him will have an unfulfilled love, even though they were desperately looking for love. And the nymph is ending in a cave in the mountains. And this is why we have the echo in the mountains now, 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 now. Understand? Now this story is full of Jungian psychology, okay? Because see the and also, excuse me, full of Jungian psychology and symbolism, but also it shows the psychological traits of narcissism, of course. And it is the nymph that had to have the last word, which is already a narcissistic trait, to control, to be dominating, to having the last word, to be crafty, to be about worldly things like words. Um, you know, the curse that she received, it means that she now has to be opportunistic and she cannot create authentically fertile of herself, which means she gets dependent on other people, codependency. And narcissists are dependent of other people, but they want to make it look like these people are dependent of them because the grandiose self-image does not like the fact that they are the needy and dependent people. And it shows the opportunistic nature of them because they need someone else to start the train, start the fire, start the sentence so they can hop on and be opportunistic. Use the energy and creativity of other people. The nymph ending within a mountain in a cave is Jungian symbolism, because in this symbolism, a stone stands for self, for something that has continuous existence, okay? Your body is changing all the time. After 14 days, all your blood cells are renewed. After a few years, your whole body is renewed. So your body is not constant, but the sense of self is constant. Self is like a stone, it has constancy. But she is within the mountain, she is surrounded by the self. So she is self absorbed now. She is isolated from reality, from the world, from everything that she wants to be part of, what she needs so desperately, but she is separated from it through the self. This is deep psychology and in a very old mythological story. How did people see this? How did they tap into this deep understanding? And there are many other parts of narcissism in this. Of course, the narcissus that rejects everybody and then fell in love with his own image and thus is unable to truly love. And this shows also the fact that narcissistic people use others to love themselves because they ultimately only love themselves. It goes to the degree that in sexual relationships, they don't care for the gender or identity of the other person. They just need a body to masturbate. They need another human being, both in the physical and in the emotional and in the social relationship, to validate themselves. It's not something that they truly share in a shared space. It's something they consume, they need, they use. Okay? And another aspect is that that thing that they desperately want. And in narcissism, everything they do is the thing that healthy and normal people also do, but on a pathological level. It's too much of it. It's one-sided. It's one-dimensional. And this shows in that what they desperately want, they destroy it themselves, so they keep themselves away from it, which means Narcissus rejects everybody, and by this he rejects himself from the world. And the nymph Echo, she wants to desperately love this Narcissus, this other person, but she also ends up being rejected. So the fate and true narcissists, they go through this cycle, and one part of the cycle is always the discard. So they always have to discard the people they idealized before. So what they loved the most, what they need the most, they discard it. They have to destroy it. This is rooted in, if I want to explain this psychologically, it is because um, they have experienced this rejection. This is why they have these abandonment issues, and they want to be parented by their partner. This is the dual mothership theory. And they want to go through the individuation process from the mother figure, from the maternal figure again, and finally break free, finally become real people, finally make this leap into reality. This is why they have to reprocess, recreate this reality all the time. And also the need of control. You cannot have an authentic relationship if you have the desperate need for control, because it will always end with, okay, if I cannot own it, if I cannot control it, then I destroy it. Okay, so, and this also is represented in this story. So they kind of it's a deep kind of self-sabotage. But yeah, I found this very amazing. Yeah, right. And another way, by the way, to describe narcissism without using psychological terms is the story of Lucifer. See, Lucifer was a high-ranking angel, a light bringer, a grandiose angel. And he perceived himself as dead, and also fell in love with himself, which led to a delusion of, and also envy. You know, he envied God, and he had the delusion that he can do the same, that he can switch identity with him, that he can be God, that he can switch fate, destiny. This is the desire of many narcissists. They have no identity core. They don't have character. They don't have a spine. They are shapeshifters, and they mimic several people and energies they have clinged on in their life. And the same is what Lucifer wanted to do. He wanted to be God. And this led to the rebellion in heaven, and the end was that Michael and the archangels defeated Lucifer and cast him out of heaven. And this is also when we talk about Jungian psychology. It's like the childhood trauma of the narcissist that creates narcissistic Luciferian spirit of pride. Because, see, the kingdom of heaven, is the love of the parents, especially the love of the mother. And when the child feels rejected or is idealized, see, idealization means you are the light bringer, you are the highest angel, you are like God. And rejection means you are being cast out of this love. And this creates narcissism. This disconnects a person from the true self. And this leads to the Luciferian spirit has also shows a lot about the covert narcissist. Because first they have this state of being idealized and having the grandiose self like an overt narcissist, and then they collapse and they are cast out of this shared fantasy, of this idealization. They can't supply their own fantasy anymore, the grandiose self-image. Yeah, so I don't go deeper in this analysis. I think you can think of yourself from here. So there's these two stories that help to understand narcissism without the psychological terms. The echo nymph and narcissus, and also the story of Lucifer. And there are surely many shamanic belief systems with spirits that just describe the same spirit as a spirit without having any psychological knowledge. I'm just giving you perspectives about life. Yeah. So stay tuned, stay tapped in, understand you're living in abundance, and don't let the dualistic black and white worldview, the split, don't let the hate and envy get a grip on you. Stay colorful, resourceful, and abundant. It's here, it's now. Anything else is projection, it's not you. Shine on, you crazy diamond.